Good morning, YouTube. I'm talking quietly because the rest of the family is still asleep. First of all, I'm not wearing a shirt. I understand that. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. We're going hunting today, and I could not be more freaking excited. It's opening day, and I've been waiting for this for so long. Also, we're going hunting with Dad today, which is a little different than the original plan, but I could not be more freaking excited about that either. That's gonna be freaking awesome. But the reason I'm not wearing clothing is because we just took our scentless shower. Dad's taking his now, so I'm gonna wait to put on the camo and stuff until he comes back up. But basically, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna hopefully get to the hunting spot around 5 o'clock in the morning, and then we have about an hour and 10-minute hike up a mountain to the spot that we're actually going to hunt in the dark. So that'll be enjoyable. There won't be a lot of recording during that time. Obviously, you're not gonna be able to see anything, but that's what's happening. We're just going to kind of keep getting set up. I wanted to give you a little bit of information on what's going on, and we'll kind of catch you out in the field, and as the sun starts to come up, we'll get you a little bit more. Let's do it.
Alright, so I kind of thought the best way to do this would be for me to sit back. I have all the footage compiled, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch it, I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to watch it, I'm going to talk about it, so I can kind of describe to you what's going on. It's a little difficult to do that out in the field because obviously we're trying to be quiet. So with that being said, I'm going to watch the video, and you're going to watch along with me. I'm going to talk to you about what's going on. So essentially at this point here in the video, the major thing that's happening is we had just gotten to the top of the mountain. It was about an hour and 30-minute hike for just accounting all of our rests and stuff like that in the dark. As you can see, the sun's just starting to come up on the eastern mountain ranges there. It's really actually really looking quite beautiful. It's a beautiful orange color crisscrossing across the sky, and it's really beautiful. Current temperature is about 40 degrees. It's pretty cold, a lot colder than some other opening days that I've hunted for sure. But as you see here, we're just kind of walking into the spot and getting ready. We wanted to try to get to the spot before sunrise. We didn't quite get there. We were there before like the technical sunrise, but obviously you can see at this point the sun's up. So you see at this point in the video, I'm just testing our wind. I want to make sure that we're coming up on a field, and I want to make sure that that field is we're not going to be essentially upwind from that field. And you can see it's a nice, it's a crosswind. Not as good as it could be. It could be coming on our face, but I'll take a crosswind over a being down upwind for sure. At this point, I'm walking to the edge of the field just to kind of get a feel for what's going on. Make sure that we're not going to walk out there and bump any deer. And from where I am right now, you can see I'm waving to my dad to come on up. I can't see anything. At this point in the video though, what's happening is I just bumped a doe. There's a group of pine trees we were trying to get to, and I didn't see anything going in there, and I start going. I was going too fast. I really should have slowed down. And what happened at this point in the video is I bumped a doe, and I just watched it run way off. And it was a nice doe too, so that was a little bit discouraging to say the least.
We just bumped a doe. So we're gonna go up ahead and try and cut through these trees to get a seat, rather than going to that field.
So basically what's happening here is we're gonna try and get around the pine trees and kind of come in from the other side in an effort to not possibly push any more deer that are sitting where we bumped that original doe or anywhere along those pine trees. So we're gonna try and go up and come in. I should mention, this is the first time we're hunting this spot, so it's all really kind of new to us. We're trying to figure it out as we go along, for sure. And that comes with its own challenges. And we knew that going in, that we were gonna make mistakes. But go ahead, now we'll jump ahead. So here, basically, we're climbing into the pine trees. We finally found an opening. And you're gonna see, I get down here because something, like right there, something goes kind of crazy. It's something bumps. I think it actually ended up being a tree branch falling, but I thought I bumped something. Shot of the crossbow. This is where we actually were sitting in the pine trees looking out into the field where I bumped that original doe. Unfortunately though, at this spot, the wind changed and now we were downwind of that entire field, so that was not going to work out for long. We switch over here. We basically went up across the field, came down along the tree line on the opposite side of the field, and got down to this high grass to wait and see if we could see anything. That way we're still downwind of part of the field. However, the entire, basically, what would amount to be the northern side of the field, we were in good range of. Now here, we got up to move, and we realized that we bumped. We haven't actually bumped. We realized that there's a whole group of doe in the field ahead of us, and they have no idea that we're sitting there. You can see them kind of getting down, and they literally have no idea we're there. They're jumping around, prancing around, and have no idea we're there. So I'll skip ahead here in the video, and I'll show you that a little bit. I'm kind of freaking out because this is awesome. I've never experienced this before. It's my first time stalking deer, first time on state game, and I've never experienced deer in this type of environment before, where they're just kind of so openly running around. And we got into a spot where we're literally 20 yards from them, and they have no idea we're there, and they're downwind of us. So it just shows that we really had our scent management under control. You can see them jumping around a little bit right there. And if I come ahead here just a little bit in the video, you're gonna see a deer jump up here in just a minute. See, I'm just looking back to my dad, like freaking out, like they have no idea we're here. It really was blowing my mind. And that deer jumps. And we're trying to figure out, are these does small or is the grass just high? I think the grass was just high, and they weren't obviously the biggest deer, but you can see them jumping right there, running off into the woods. That was quite the experience. So we jump, and right here, I'm just kind of really happy about it, and that made the hunt worth it right there. We don't have a doe tag, by the way, so none of those were actually huntable. So we're just sitting here in the grass, kind of like we got off to the side, hoping maybe they'd come back out, maybe they'd stir up a buck or something. We were really taken aback by what we had just experienced. This was unlike anything I had ever witnessed before. So we sit here in the grass for a while. Okay, it's about time for us to get up and move on to the next spot. So that's what we're gonna do here in about a minute. So Dad kind of gets up, looks around, doesn't see anything, and then I'm gonna get up here and start walking on out of the field. And that's what we do. We don't bump any more doe. We don't see that group. They never came back out, but at the same time, they were 20 yards away and they never knew we were there. That's why I hunt. Not to if you're successful, great, but it's just experiencing nature in that way that makes it worthwhile. So we get here to a new spot, and I'll let myself talk a little bit.
I feel like this is a good time to give a little bit of an update Current time is 8:45. Man with the watch. Current temperature is cold. 47 degrees. The wind is difficult this morning. We'll get to a spot and the wind will switch on us and we have to move, but we've come down as far as we're gonna go now.
What happens is we're sitting here for a while, and
As far as we're gonna go.
essentially this is the spot. We're sitting there for a while, and what ends up happening is I hear this crashing on the side of me. It's very, very quiet. I'm thinking it's like a squirrel, and out comes, you're gonna see it here in just a second, out comes this gigantic cow of a doe. She was huge, and she walked literally 10 yards away from us. Now, we were downwind of her, but she had no idea we were there. None whatsoever. Walked right past, no problem, stopped in the field for a bit, and went and ran off. That's the kind of thing, like if I had a doe tag, that doe would have been quite the harvest. She was ginormous, and I'm gonna kind of show that here right now. So, jumping ahead here just a little bit, nothing really more happened in that spot. We did some more walking around, but nothing of note. So here we are, we're kind of in the next spot. I'm just kind of looking down this field, making sure we're not gonna bump anything. I'm gonna test the wind here momentarily right now. And as I do that, basically after this, we make our way down the field, and we don't honestly end up seeing anything. So here we are, I'm on this road. We're walking down the mountain. It's time for us to go home, but we're obviously gonna hunt the whole way down. And what ended up happening was on this mountain, we're walking down, talking really loud, and on either side of the road we hear grunts, deer grunts, grunting to each other of some sort. And so I jump down to the side, Dad jumps down to the side as fast as we can, just to hopefully, not bump them, but we don't end up seeing them there, and we decide there's a lower clear cut that we want to hunt, so we kind of hustle on our way down there, but I'll let myself talk about what happened.
So we're walking down, we're pretty much done, right? We got a whole bunch of hikers on top of the mountain, so we decided, okay, we're gonna make our way back down. And we're walking through here like we're, kings of the forest, like trudging, making noise, not paying attention, not being good hunting at all. And then on either side of us, both on the cliff and on that, grunts on either side, like loud grunts, deer grunts that is. And so we book it to the sides of the road, as you saw. We're sitting there waiting, and we're not hearing them now, but we got to get back in the mindset here. So we're gonna drop down to these lower fields and keep going. Final sit of the day. We heard the grunting up the trail, so we got in here. This is a lower clear cut, honestly near where we parked. We saw us on the way in, we wanted to hit it, so we came from the bottom, came up around to the top of this clear cut, and now we're sitting here. Dad's doing some hunting now. About time.
There's shotgun shells here. So this is a pretty good spot.
Shotgun shells?
Yeah, over here. So.
Oh, shotgun shells and acorns. That's something. Anyway, we're gonna sit here, see what happens, give it about 20 minutes, half hour, and if that nothing happens, we're gonna move out of here and score some Chick-fil-A. We'll see you guys there.
Kind of ended up being the extent of that hunt. It was so incredibly successful. We saw in total about 7 deer, all does, of course, so nothing that we could have taken a shot at, but that's okay. It's not just about that. It was really an incredible experience overall. I mean, just to be that close to those deer and to have them be clueless as to our existence was incredible. It was just a testament to our scent management, our just ability to get into the spot and not be noticed. And I couldn't have been more proud about that. So it was an awesome hunt. I'm very excited for the next one. That spot looks like it's going to be really good this year. We just got to see if we can find some antlers and make it happen. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you in the next one.